Tricky commute this morning with a lot of areas seeing heavy fog out there. 24-hour News 8's Tom Hillen live in Grand Rapids with what you'll see as you make your way to work. But first, we got to check in with Terry DeBoer, who's been tracking this thing all morning long. Terry?
That's right. We started to track the fog possibilities yesterday afternoon as the warm air continued to surge in, and then posted, of course, the information about the dense fog advisory prior to 9 o'clock last evening. So many of you are waking up now with 2-hour delays. You were at least aware that was a possibility before you went to bed last night. We do have that list of schools continuing to grow and expand across the bottom of your screen. It includes counties from Allegan to St. Joe. Berry County now included with that. We've got some school districts within Van Buren County, Kalamazoo County. So the bottom line here, you are looking at a number of schools that are going to be operating on 2-hour delays today. As we check out conditions across the area this morning, we've got visibility in many locations down to 1/4 of a mile or less, especially south of Grand Rapids, 2.5 miles right around the Grand Rapids metro area. And you can see the wide range in temps. Readings in the low 30s around Big Rapids, where you could have some icy roads as a condition this morning. Otherwise, high 30s to low 40s across most of the rest of the region, and a few spots south of I-94 around or a touch above 50. So dense fog this morning. Rain showers are possible this afternoon, with daytime highs expected to reach the low 60s. And of course, coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to take a detailed look at that Storm Team 8-day forecast that'll actually include the potential finally for some snow on the way within the 8-day forecast.
Like Terry was saying, this foggy start to your work week could slow things down for you this morning, so you may want to give yourself a little extra time as you head out the door. Let's turn things over now to 24-hour News 8's Tom Hillen, who's live along I-96 with what he's seeing out there on the roads. Hi, Tom.
Well, good morning to you, Amanda. You're right. We are on the eastbound line in I-96, and you can see behind me there is a little bit of fog in this area. Definitely not as dense as it is in some other areas. The fog has really been fluctuating throughout the West Michigan areas. I can tell you I was in Sparta overnight, and driving along Alpine at certain times you would just hit a wall of fog and it would make things very difficult to see. So depending on where you are, where you're coming from, and where you're going, you will most likely be running into some dense fog somewhere along your drive in. I want to show you some live pictures from downtown Grand Rapids right now, where you can see there, again, light fog situation. So once you hit the big metro areas, your commute should pick up for you. We want to bring you out to the airport this morning, where they are feeling the effects of this fog as well. So far this morning, we know that at least a half a dozen flights out of the Ford Airport have been canceled. Several more are being delayed this morning. Most of those flights are to other Midwest cities who are also dealing with this fog. The commuters through this area seem to be moving along fine, but that may not be the situation throughout West Michigan. So now we want to send it over to Wood Radio's Kevin Richards for a check of the traffic situation.
Tom, some places, like you said, visibility near zero. It's coming right up to the front of your car, and it's going to be 5-6 miles an hour on some of the country roads. But you're right, in the metropolitan areas, generally visibility is okay. Pavement's wet in some places, dry in others. Looking at 131 from the 28th Street overpass, doing fine northbound and southbound about full speed. For 24-hour News 8, Kevin Richards, News Radio, Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.